You're watching Two Geeks Talking.
We're joined today by Tony Miello because, I can just edit that in. It's always fun. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful. Windsor Comic Con's been around for a few years. What brings you to this convention?
I've heard nothing but good things. This is my first time doing it. I shot the promoter an email and told him I was interested in it, and he was gracious enough to bring me in. But I'm from Detroit. I heard nothing but good things about this con, and I just wanted to come out and be part of it.
Well, welcome to Windsor. Appreciate it. Probably hasn't been the last time you've been here, but hopefully you have a good time.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I always have a good time when I come up here.
Everyone gets into their particular industry for a reason. What was that for you?
Originally, when I was a kid, I dreamt about having my comic published by Caliber Comics. That was my goal, and I reached that goal. So I guess I can die a happy man as far as my career goes.
You plateaued then.
Yeah, I was inspired to make comics as a child when I saw Stan Lee on a children's show, and he's talking about how he pretends he's the characters when he writes and everything. And I was like, wow, I want to make comic books when I get older, and so that's what I do.
Professionally, you're very successful. You have some amazing work. Your artwork is just stellar. I love the various styles that you've done. Do you consider yourself personally successful?
If you judge a man's wealth by the friends he has, then I'm an extremely successful person. I've made a lot of really good friends in the comic industry, and a lot of good friends outside of the comic industry because my work brought me in contact with them. So it's, my talent, if you can call it that, has allowed me to have a very rich life. So, it's not always financially beneficial because I'm primarily a freelancer. So it's feast of famine a lot of time, but my life in general is very interesting and very rich with friends, and I have very interesting days. I'd say my days are more. I have more interesting days a week than not.
What was your first job in the industry?
I was the inker and kind of de facto art director for a little company called Innovision Comics, which started on Long Island, New York. And we did a couple of miniseries. I inked a series called Fates 5, and I did some of the character design for it. And that was my first pro job. And then once I did that, I was bit, and I just wanted to keep working.
How do you deal with failure?
I don't consider. I'm an artist, so as an artist, when you fail, lots of times you're the only one that sees it. I look at everything as a learning experience. I don't really consider it failing. I consider it something to learn from and move forward. Don't make that same mistake. Luckily, I do something where even if I screw up a piece of artwork, I can always find someone that wants to buy it. Somebody thinks it's great. I hate my stuff after I'm finished with it. I can't wait to get rid of it. But people like it, so I have an audience, I guess.
Is there someone in the industry that you'd like to work with that's currently alive that you haven't had a chance to?
I would love to write a story and have Raphael Albuquerque illustrate it. I love his line work. It's just incredible. His style is just unbelievable. I think that'd be really cool.
The young generation, they're coming through here, at this amazing convention. They're looking at your artwork. They're becoming inspired by what you do, and they're going to inspire people in future generations. How can they do that?
One thing I teach art and comic creating for kids. And one thing I tell them all the time is always try. It doesn't matter if it doesn't come out right the first time. Try it again. The first step to succeeding is trying. And I think if everybody kind of takes that lesson to heart and passes that down, that's the best thing we can teach the next generation. Always try.
Wonderful. That's great words of encouragement as well too. Where can we find you social media wise, and any websites you have?
You could find my work at The Art of Tony Miello on Facebook and Tony Miello on Instagram and Twitter. And look for my publishing company, Rocket Ink Studios, at rocketinkstudios.com.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate this, Tony, and I hope you have a great rest of your con.
You too. Thank you.